and welcome to Business Today Television. The Indian aviation industry has navigated a turbulent journey commencing with the formidable hurdles posed by COVID-19. Nevertheless, in recent months, we have witnessed promising signs of recovery with a surge in passenger traffic driving increased demand. Today, we delve into the challenges that airlines encounter in both domestic and international spheres. Joining us is the founder behind one of the nation's youngest and most cost-efficient carriers, Akasa Air. Its founder and CEO, Vinay Dube. Vinay, thanks for joining us on this chat on the India Today television.
Thank you, Karishma.
Vinay, tell us, how has the last 1 year been like for Akasa in terms of your growth prospects?
Karishma, I think the last 1 year has been incredible. We have gone from 0 to 20 aircraft in 12 months, which no airline in the 120-year history of global aviation has ever done. I think through the growth, we've also been one of India's most on-time airlines. And so this combination of growth and reliability, I think, has been, extremely rewarding for us. So couldn't be happier.
Great. Vinay, tell us, how does the recent legal clarification regarding pilots' resignations have impacted Akasa Air and your long-term concerns? Do you think you're satisfied?
Very satisfied. I think we've got legal clarity that an airline's notice period needs to be respected. And to be honest, I think that is what was the practice for the preceding 15 years in India. So what happened, I think, in July and August was completely unprecedented and hadn't been seen since 2006, when our regulators, civil aviation, guidelines and regulations first came into effect. And the recent ruling, just clarifies that the airline's notice period needs to be respected. So we're very happy. We think it's great for consumers. And we think it's very good for the industry and the stability of the industry as well.
Great. You did say that you've been satisfied with this, but to what extent do you think it's the market competition that had kind of impacted this scenario?
To be honest, I think we will succeed at Akasa as long as we focus on ourselves and our consumers. We really don't think about elements of the competition, because we think we have all the elements within us to be able to really run a great airline, to be good to our consumers, to be kind to our consumers, to be dependable for our consumers, and really to build financially a very, very strong airline. And so from our perspective, that's what we're focused on. We knew from day one that this is a competitive market, but we're very happy to compete.
Right. It was definitely a challenging phase for you, Vinay, and we were, of course, vigilant of the fact what was happening. And one of the key concerns was the financial health that was under question. Did that impact the working of the team and other employees in the team?
To be honest, it didn't, because we've got a very, very experienced team. Our team has been around the block. People come with decades of experience, and we've been through the ups and downs. That is just, a part and parcel of any business, certainly the aviation business. And I think, what didn't affect the team, or what kept the team motivated, was just the truth, right? So at Akasa, we're very transparent, we're very employee-centric, and part of the employee centricity means that we are extremely transparent with our employees. And so, we have openly talked with our employees about our cash balance. And I think every employee, if you were to ask any employee of Akasa, how much cash does Akasa have in its bank, they should be able to tell you that, we haven't spent a rupee of the initial investment and that we're free cash flow positive. So as long as, you have that kind of transparency with your employees, and this is just one element of it, by the way. There's some good news, some bad news. We share it openly with our employees. And as long as you have that kind of transparency, the employees understand that these are just, some headlines that we will have to live with and get through. Nobody is really perturbed by it.
Right. And Vinay, on a lighter note, I must mention this to you, that the communication in terms of the internal letters do help in terms of course, keeping the moral high of the employees. And that we're seeing it with a lot of airlines.
Got it. Yeah, this is just who we are. We've talked about our employee centricity from day one, Karishma. You've seen, something that really exemplifies our employee centricity with just the fact that our flight attendants are in sneakers, something comfortable. And we wanted to do that from day one. And by the way, they look extremely smart. But it's that comfort of our employees and the respect of our employees that drives virtually everything that we do. And transparency is an important component. So thank you for pointing that out. We really appreciate it.
Now, when you tell us how's the current situation like in terms of flight cancellations, sans the pilot issue, do you have other operational issues, or you think you're getting back to track?
No, I think even the getting back to track is doesn't adequately describe where we are. I'd say squarely back on track. And because what we did, Karishma, was we decided that we would pull down our network, take the revenue hit, and we took that in July and August, because we wanted to make sure we offer a dependable network to our consumers. So we took whatever reductions we had to take, and now we're back in growth mode, right? So our December schedule will fly, with 10% more than what we're flying today. Our March network will be, a third larger than what we're flying today. So I wouldn't even use the getting. I'd say we're back squarely in growth mode, and we're very excited about the growth, more planes coming, and the international flying we've got on the horizon.
Great. You did say you're in the growth mode. Just to get some insights and data out for our viewers, what is the current number of operational routes for Akasa Air?
We've got 16 cities, upwards of 30 routes that we offer. And this is just going to grow, right? So just to give you an indication from an aircraft count perspective, we'll have 25 aircraft by the exit of this financial year. We will double our fleet to 40 aircraft as we exit the future financial year. And in terms of actual, network strength, by the time March rolls around, we'll be a third larger than what we are today.
Great. And Vinay, are you also contemplating any new orders for your order book?
We are, and there's not a lot of time left for that process to finish. We've said the end of the year, and I've translated that into now 4 days left, or 73 days left, for us to be able to announce our 3-digit aircraft order. And that's also, two things. One is it's very exciting because we cement a much longer term future. But the other one is it's also indicative of our financial health, right? You don't have manufacturers that allow you to place these very large and significant orders if you didn't already exhibit the kind of financial prowess that they're looking for. So I think it's indicative of both.
Great. The 3-digit aircraft order that you did mention, it also comes in the background of the good news, the international permit that you have received. Am I right?
That's correct. That is correct. Yes, and we can now move from a slightly esoteric permit to actually cities, and so we look forward to seeing our iconic Akasa orange tail in Riyadh, in Jeddah, and Doha, and Kuwait, which are the first 4 cities that we've got, and this is just the beginning. We will, as our network grows, we'll be flying to many more exciting destinations.
That's great. That was my next question, but I'll just try and get back to understanding a bit from you. What is the current size of your pilot workforce?
We've got over 450 pilots today. So, Karishma, we had 330 pilots in April. Despite the small number of pilots that left us in July and August without serving any notice period. Today, we have a strength over 450. And this is something, again, that people talk about attrition, but really we've added 120 more pilots even through this phase, Karishma. And so we've grown our pilot strength by over 30% here between April and today. And then we've got another 125 pilots that will join us in the next 4 months, so 2 to 4 months. Who have already contractually committed to us and are at various stages of joining us.
Okay, that's good to know. Vinay, the festive season is also around the corner, and that of course reinforces the fact that aviation is going to see regenerate that demand and get back to people traveling. How do you see the Indian aviation working around its path and trajectory with the festive season?
Yes, the December quarter is always an exciting quarter for us. We're seeing very, very strong bookings. And I'm sorry to turn a festive season into airline numbers, but that's just the business that we're in. Of course, we're looking forward to the festivities on a personal level, but from a business side, this is a strong season for us, and we're seeing that in our numbers.
In terms of Akasa, what discounts and incentives are you rolling out for the passengers?
Well, I'd say, given the efficiency of our cost structure, I would hope that our fares have been affordable throughout, not just in the festive season.
I agree to that. And in fact, I must tell you, I have traveled Akasa, and one key, I'd say, USP that stands out for me is the meal. So I'd want to know what kind of special festive meals await for the passengers in the coming months, and of course, there are so many occasions.
Yes, this has become something of a thing, so to speak, at Akasa. I'll tell you, first it was a Diwali meal and and an Eid meal, and then soon we had a Pongal meal and a Gudi Padwa meal and this meal and that meal. In fact, I'm getting an education into the various types of festivals and the wonderful cultural heritage that we have through food here at Akasa. So this is, when you hire an amazing and professional management team, sometimes you have to sit back and be educated, and that's exactly what is happening for me. And we've got this amazing team of foodies that curates these festival meals, and I get the pleasure of trying them. They're yummy. And so, yes, we've got many festivals coming, and you should look forward to multiple festival meals that go with our very, very extensive menu already.
Tell me, was there a millennial behind this idea of these different kinds of meal curating?
Boy, I get confused between which generation is which. I would say yes, probably a millennial's idea. For the moment, I'll say it wasn't my idea. It was somebody else's idea. We've got a very, very strong marketing and in-flight services team, and they take the lead and they just run with it, and they're having fun with it. I mean, the feedback we get is incredible, and that just fuels this passion for them, to offer something that's even tastier. It's just like our pets team. We've got a team that is sort of dedicated to, making sure that we have an incredibly strong experience for our pet parents, and they just keep adding and adding and adding, and that just fuels, the reactions we get just continues to fuel their desire. And I think we now will be flying our 1,500th pet, and that just keeps them going. So we've got these little teams of people that are incredibly passionate about what they do, and they just run with it.
Right. Thank you so much, Vinay, for sharing us with all the details, and we wish you luck, of course, with the upcoming festive season. That's going to be pretty busy for you.
Thank you very much, Karishma. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.